The rotting smell of death pours out of the chimney of a factory on the outskirts of Orin. The old building used to be a massive blacksmith and refinery before the Legion days, but since then, it has been repurposed countless times. Now several guards patrol the perimeter in one of the seedier parts of town, occasionally shooting away those who may linger too long. Inside, the beams of the midnight moon pour through the cracks in the walls. The old panes of glass high up on the ancient stone walls beam down onto a dirt floor. And, in a slow, broken motion, a terrifying figure drags a corpse. Its face suddenly in the light, then a stop, then drug out of the light. Its body is then tossed in a lifeless heap on a massive stone slab. And the cleaver, the horrifying, massive cleaver, comes down. Hello and welcome to another adventure with Myths and Mystics. We are an actual play 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons podcast. To my right is Gerald Waldrop as Zarin, the Changeling Avenger.
Hail and well met.
Natasha Waldrop as Vanya, the Half-Drow Assassin.
Hey!
And Matt Murphy as Stone, the Human Mystic.
What's up?
Are we bringing that back? What was that, Bud Light back in the day?
I don't know.
Dilly dilly. And I am Steve Messenger, your Dungeon Master. Thanks for joining us again. Those of you who are jumping on the live stream, thanks for popping in. Friends, it's been a minute since we played. And this whole time I've had all this time to think about how your characters die tonight.
Oh boy. I think about that too.
Not happening.
How your characters are going to die tonight?
Late at night in the dark by myself.
Yeah, put some thought into this. Quite poetic. It won't be that grim, I assure you. It'll be a very, very charismatic and jovial death. Let's get on with it then. Where we left off last time, our characters had freed some captives that were abducted from their barns, some homeless folks.
Thanks to Vanya.
And our most curious methods.
You also killed how many? We didn't even get a count of how many you killed.
No, because I didn't. I only killed a horse. That's all.
Yeah, no. False.
That's an interesting way of looking at things. I don't even know if I want to go there. I don't want to get on any watch lists.
I only killed the driver of the bus, not all the people that happened to die after
It was
the
all
accident.
circumstance.
It wouldn't even be the driver. It'd be like, I shot the engine with, and it just happened to careen off a cliff. So anyways, there were, are they homeless if they live in a barn? They're impoverished folks, beggars, if you will, who have, were abducted from their barn. There were some folks in some dark leather armor that were taking them off. You found out through means of sheer intimidation that they were taking them to something to do with the Legion, with a warehouse down on the outskirts of one of the major Legion cities of Orin. So you patched up the wagon that may have fallen over for different reasons.
Right.
Mostly dead horse. And most of those people went back to where they were living. You decided to pack up the rest of them to take for medical attention.
In Orin.
In Orin. Well, on the outskirts of Orin. There's
Ornish.
Ornish.
Orinish.
Ornish. All right. So you journey south down towards Orin. And you make your way through the metropolis. You're in some of the more rural farming areas. Next thing you know, the housing comes a little bit tighter together. There's some marketplaces now that are closed for the evening. It's probably midnight at this point.
No shopping.
No, or shoplifting maybe. None of you are really thievy, though.
You're more assassiny.
That type of rogue.
that end of the spectrum. So you make your way through the marketplace that's all shut down, but now you're in the seedier part of the outskirts of the metropolis here, and it's getting to be like the kind of areas that you don't really go to unless you plan on protecting yourself, defending yourself, and you're starting to notice some seedy figures standing off in the shadows.
So we each have a horse, correct? That we got from the mill,
That is correct.
and then there's an extra horse for the wagon.
Yeah, you got that all hooked up.
Okay.
And I will confidently ride forward in my shiny white armor.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's roll a perception check. Let's see how much you can really pick up what's going on around you. Brought to you by the Dice Cam.
Yeah.
Can we get a Dice Cam sponsor? Brought to you by Ritz.
You like Ritz.
I just think it's the most bizarre thing to sponsor a D&D show.
This was what, a perception?
Perception. Get the
I got
Ritz.
5.
5.
Yeah, that's a 10 for stone. 6 plus a 4.
Okay.
Gonna be a 9er.
9er. All right. So you all seem like you're having a great time right now. But the only thing that you really seem to capture in your perception check is there's a couple posters that you've seen reoccurring now. Looks like there's a number of things that are being put up. So, Natasha, if you want to grab that scroll there, there's a couple posters.
Reading this up to me again.
Yeah, well, I didn't wax seal it this
I
time.
see you've done away with the wag.
Yeah.
Well, this
Rip it.
isn't a contract, so I just didn't want you all reading it beforehand. I think we've got
We got an interloper.
Here we go.
Oh, it's 2 pages.
There's 2. Okay.
While you read that,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
sometimes children wake up and need things.
Roll for
Welcome to the
children.
live stream. All right, so what does the first one say?
This would be the first one, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A serial killer is wanted. He is feared to walk among us. A true monster. Brutal monster leaves little evidence. Reward. Info, 50 gold. Apprehended, 500 gold. Paid upon just trail. Inquire with Helm Captain Edward.
Home Captain Edward. All right, so it seems to be some sort of notice about a serial killer that is leaving some gruesome deaths in his wake.
Monster. Okay.
It's a monster.
Do you want to read this one? Am I reading this
Go
one
for
again?
it, Stone. Let's hear that lovely baritone.
All right. It says, cleanse the plague. Report fugitives to the Legion. 15 gold per head. Live. Dead. 5 gold.
All right. So the bandits that you had encountered had mentioned that there was a contract posted as
Right.
far as
Here it is.
you
They
found.
weren't lying.
So when you say posters, these are like up
Yeah.
everywhere?
Yeah, they're just kind of like someone like looking for a lost dog kind of deal. Thumbtack to telephone poles. There aren't telephone poles. No, but you get the idea. They're kind of posted around town. So
Also, the blacksmith is running a 5% discount, says this.
There's no photo
Till Friday only.
on the wanted poster.
yeah, that's it. They don't know what he looks like. That's why the reward is pending a just trial. So you're not just like, pinning it on people.
All right.
Yeah.
Where do we find this serial killer?
Where do we find the Helm Captain?
Edward.
Yeah. You would notice that there are some Legion patrol officers here and there along the way. So if you wanted to stop one and talk to them, you could.
I will do exactly that.
Okay. So you
You,
see,
sir.
ho there. Good evening, citizen. What can I help you with?
Well, officer, we've noticed the sign posted about the serial killer. What can you tell us about him? Him,
Yeah.
her?
Oh, well,
Monster?
We would have to. We have very vague descriptions because no one's really gotten a good look at him. Very large frame figure from what we think. The first victim that we've really noticed in the area of note was a large Goliath that was hung upside down, and it was the blood was drained from his body. And,
terrible.
Yeah, it was quite the scene. And nearby, there was a furbog that he had cut up into many pieces and stuffed in a box.
Who would do such a thing?
It's a travesty. And there was some other similar. It seems as though his thing is the hanging his victims upside down and bloodletting them.
Right.
Yes. So,
Sounds
do you know
awful.
anything about them?
No. Where have these happened?
Can I have you roll a deception real quick?
I just did it so fast, though. There's no
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zarin is attending to, we'll say, one of the people that were hurt in the wagon. That's why he's not overhearing this conversation. Yeah, he's over
it's
there.
probably for the better. Okay. This got a +0. That is a 15.
That's not bad for a +0.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Nice.
Take it.
Nice.
All right.
All right, so go ahead and come on in. So Zarin is coming back from the from
Oh,
attending.
Zarin, hello. Never mind what you may hear. We'll fill you in later.
So you don't know anything about the these murders then?
No, I can't say I do. Zarin, this man was talking about the serial killer on the poster here. Apparently someone's going around town and stringing people up by their feet and bloodletting them all over town. He's also killed a furbog and stuffed him into a box on the dock. Isn't that awful?
That doesn't seem like the same person at all. The methods are completely different.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, we don't have much time.
Yes, but this one here, though, he seems as though you might know a thing or two.
Wait
you
a
there?
moment.
Now,
see the-
you're using your Zarin voice. Are you in disguise, or are you?
You gotta be careful.
So, my voice is a little hoarse. So Zarin, normally in traveling, he'll take the form of just a human knight that he fits in his armor.
Okay.
But he gets to use the same booming voice.
Okay.
No, you
All right.
see here, the kills. I have heard a thing or two about these.
Oh, really? Tell me all about it. What do you know? We
Well,
pay
when
gold for
there's-
these sorts of things.
They're strung upside down. That is reminiscent of an ancient ritual from the old gods.
The guard now pulls out a notepad and he's taking some good notes. He's got a feather quill pen that he's writing with.
You see, there's an incision across the neck, and the blood-flowing portions here I've seen before. It is a ritual. 3 cuts means purification and redemption.
That's the exact description of what happened. It's almost like you've seen this before.
Don't forget, we do have places to be of important nature.
This killer could be after you next.
I wouldn't worry about that killer.
Oh, I'm very worried.
I think that the only people that need to worry about that killer are those who deserve an untimely death.
So that is 50 gold for the info, yeah?
Why don't you roll persuasion for me?
I love it. I love she cuts
Me?
right to the chase.
No, it's to Zarin because he's trying to, tell me not to worry about it.
Oh boy.
Champion rolls all day, every day.
You see that?
It's the last session. This is the same
And that was what?
loaded
For the
die.
podcast?
1
That's a Uno.
Uno.
plus 6 modifiers.
We could have a house rule about yelling Uno if a 1 comes up. And whoever's the last person to yell Uno gets screwed.
Oh, no, I don't want to play that game.
All right.
So what about our inspiration? I think I need to be using this more.
Do we have that?
I'm not very inspired by what you're doing. y'all are like the most morally questionable heroes I've ever met.
I told you this before we started.
Zarin never questions his morality.
This is accurate.
He's very certain.
Yes. All right. So he kind of changes his posture a little, and he slides his notepad back into his jacket. And he's like, "Well, I am pretty concerned, though. I mean, it's late. We haven't heard much about this serial killer. Now we have you three with what's this wagon that you've got here? What's going on with this?
We are saving them.
Who?
We have liberated people.
Those in the wagon. I'm sorry. I'm stuffy.
No, you're good. He says, liberated from who?
Evildoers.
He starts to walk over towards the wagon, and he kind kind of starts looking up, and he sees all these people in the back. And where are you planning on taking these folks?
Freedom.
Freedom, justice, all 9 yards.
To medical attention.
Medical time. Okay. Why don't you?
Where can we take them?
There's actually a place right over here around the corner where they can get some medical attention. So you're not far at all. But I'll tell you what. Good looking out. He pulls out some gold and he says, typically we wait until there's a trial for this, but this gives us a direction. And he hands you 50 golds there.
Holy.
I have a question.
Justice is its own cause. You can keep your gold.
And he takes it and he's like, well, that's very noble of you, sir. Thank you very much. And he puts it back in his coin purse. Natasha's very upset with this.
Our
Vanya
jaws are
is-
both on the ground.
Like, what?
Listen, some things you can't buy with money. Influence and a good relationship with working authorities is one of them.
Also expressing way too much information.
I have
A
a
killer
question.
would never purposefully implicate himself.
You're
so-
Dexter.
Oh my
You're
goodness.
trying to get caught.
So he nods. He says, "Well, thank you very much for offering up that information. If you could, we'll be patrolling this area. Please tell any officer if you find out more."
Wait, I have a question.
You should
Yes.
seek out information on the old gods. Tyr, the god of justice, has much to say on this subject.
He looks very puzzled. He's like, "We'll keep an ear to the ground."
If you want to learn what you need to know about the murders, that is where you should look next.
Duly noted. I don't know what he's talking about. He just said that to himself.
He writes it in his notebook.
Something
This
but
guy's crazy.
look up gods? Question mark. Okay.
What do these victims have in common?
What? Oh, all those who've been killed.
Yes.
He's like, well, there's been some. There's a Goliath. There was quite a while ago. There was an Arcos a man, someone from that family. He was strung up at his wedding, which was I'd say a high profile target. And then there's some more around that time. I'm having a hard time remembering in real life. But yes, there's been a handful of them, and it just seems like they're all sort of vagrants, fugitives, outlaws, bandits. But at the same point, the fact that it's such a gruesome murder, there's great concern that innocence might be next. So thanks for your time. I'm going to carry on.
Thank you.
And he motions over towards a small building that's got some lights on. He says, you can drop those folks over there. They'll get great medical attention.
That 50 gold that you kept might help them.
No, we're saving that specifically for information. So thank you. Have a great night. Persuasion, though. I'll let you roll persuasion.
Nope.
Nope.
Not gonna do it.
Nope. Stands by it. He stands by it. So
Dice are not our friends so far.
Nope.
you head over towards this. Almost kind of looks like it might have been an old church of some kind that's been converted into sort of a clinic. And there's some folks standing outside and like, oh, what happened here? What's going on with all these folks?
There was an accident. Several are banged up and bruised that need immediate attention.
Got it. And then they motion, quick, come get them. And so there's some help that comes out, and they take them back in. And you notice someone standing off to the side who is kind of peeking around the corner. And he sees him kind of pop up. Oh, hey, you guys. I haven't seen you guys in a while. How have you been? And it's Amos, your tiefling friend from Red Root.
Oh,
The one that you liberated from there.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Wait, is that the one who wanted us to save?
Chandra.
His
Yep.
girl.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's been a while. Hey, what are you guys doing out here?
we are saving people.
Awesome, man.
Stone tries to hide his laughter.
What's going on with your face, man?
His face is always like that.
I'm a happy person.
Cool. Yeah, I'm thought I'd pick up some work out here. I'm doing a mission for the hub, and he kind of winks. He's like you guys, and he's kind of elbowing your way.
Ah, this old church. Does it have an altar?
I don't know what that is. An altar?
Perhaps we will see one. Come this way. I'm just
This-
going to walk into the building to see if there's a place where the people like pray or give offerings.
It's been pretty much gutted inside. No real resemblance on the inside other than sort of the structure of said church. So,
All right. Zarin just walks forward. Well, there is no altar here. I can't show you true ritual, but you're free to pray with me if you'd like. And Zarin will go off and pray in the church. He's going to offer things to Tyr.
Amos is really confused. He's like, I don't think I've ever done anything like this before. So he kneels down next to you and he's like, who are we praying to?
The god of justice.
Oh, and how does this work? You just like talk,
If you close your eyes,
close my eyes. He squints real hard. He's still got his eyes open though.
I said close your eyes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just afraid. Okay.
Invoke the name of your god. That should be Tyr.
Oh. Well, okay, I'll give it a shot. Tyr, and he's hands way up in there. Tyr,
Thank him for justice.
this is getting weird now, though. Justice.
And the will to see justice done by your hand.
I'm more thankful for like bread. I like buttery bread. Tyr, thank you for bread. And you can tell that this is not
Stone
gluten.
steps back about
You
20
should-
feet from this man.
And he whispers over to you. He's like, I don't think this is working for me, man.
It's all right. It takes practice. Just remember, in your time of greatest need,
Perfect.
call out to Tyr.
For bread. Got it. Okay.
Great.
This was a great experience.
Hey,
I'm glad we
listen,
did this.
Amos,
Yeah.
what brings you here?
Not any of this.
Great. Let's continue.
No, he's like, are we done? Thanks, dear. No, I was supposed to track down this guy. His name is, what was his name? I don't remember. Did your scroll burn up too?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man.
Was it Edward?
No. He kind of drifts off. There was someone that went missing. They wanted me to find him. I thought maybe he was here. Yeah, there's someone missing.
Fantastic.
What do you remember a name?
Golly, man. No, they said that he went missing around this part of town, though.
Where was he from?
What did he look like?
Golly.
Where do they
Man.
want you to bring him?
These are good questions. I don't know. I did find out though. There is like this really creepy building not too far away though. And
Fantastic.
it
Looks like one where people would mysteriously disappear into.
if there were any building that you would, it'd probably be this one. So thanks for like showing me that weird thing, man. Let's go.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
This was an entirely awkward conversation we just had.
He leads you outside and he's like, yeah, it's over this way. It's weird though, because like this building, like someone was telling me that's been abandoned a long time, but there's Legion guards walking around it all the time. I was thinking about breaking in though.
What for?
Well, to see if that guy's in there.
There's Legion guards.
How
Yeah,
would you know if you saw him?
I don't. At this point, I understand that maybe my memory's not serving me so well. But maybe there's like people that are stuck in there. Maybe that's him. I don't know.
So your plan was break past the Legion guards, go after a man who you don't know what he looks like and can't remember his name, and say, "Hey, you, are you missing?
Well,
Come with me."
hindsight being 20/20, Yeah, it's probably not the best plan.
Amos, it's been great to see you. Have a fantastic day.
Do you remember anything about why
Do
this
say hi to
man
Chandra.
needed to be rescued?
No, I don't. But I did find this building though, and I want to show it to you because I think he's
Please.
in there.
Show it.
And I was thinking, kind of like that day on Red Route when you guys were breaking us out. I was thinking about setting it on fire.
That won't do well for your
I was
missing
gonna
person.
do a perception check until he said the fire part, and I know he's absolutely telling the truth.
It worked on Red Route. I think it worked now.
Why would you set fire to this building?
You might risk burning alive the people you need to rescue.
He looks like
what I
he's just
said.
at a loss for words. He's like, God, maybe I shouldn't have taken that contract.
Listen, Amos,
Yeah.
someone wise once told me, only you can prevent building fires.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably a good point.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to start one.
What about this building has you so transfixed?
It's just, okay, so I've spent a lot of time wandering around here. Okay. Like, I've been looking at a lot of buildings. This one looks pretty run down, and for whatever reason, the Legion are like, they're all over it.
So a rundown building, allegedly abandoned, surrounded by Legion guards.
I know! Suspicious, right?
It is mildly suspicious.
Yeah.
How far?
It's maybe 10 minutes this way.
10 days journey.
Did I say Orin? I meant. No, so he said, you want me to show it to you?
Yes.
I am slightly intrigued.
Cool. All right. And so he starts to walk you down this road. No.
He can get on my horse.
Okay.
We can ride.
All right. So he's like,
Are
don't do
you
anything.
want to walk 10 minutes?
He says, don't do anything weird back there because like I am legit like only for Chandra. So I know you're really interested, Vanya.
You
I
can
can
ride on
shove
my
him
horse.
off my horse.
Hop on mine, Amos.
I'd probably be more comfortable with that. You seem like you've got a sturdy frame.
Hop back on Vanya's, please.
No. Vanya was trying to be. Can I assassinate him?
Oh, look. This must be the place.
All right. So
Why does he look like a horse?
yeah.
Oh, boy.
So
Too soon.
the four of you make your way down the road, and our good friend Amos is riding with somebody, and he said,
Not
"Hey, let's pull off to the side over here. We don't want the guards seeing us." And he hops off. He's like, "It's right up around the corner," and he leads you up to the corner. And why don't you roll perception check?
I also want to stealth.
Must
Stealth it up.
I can't even see that.
All right. Stone has a 9.
9,
24.
24,
20.
20.
24.
Nice. So, Vanya, with your dark vision, you are able to see that. That this old factory is sort of an amalgamation of these different buildings that have been kind of clustered together over time. One part of it looks like very old school, sort of giant forge that they've got that's built with a large chimney stack coming up. And all of you can tell that it smells absolutely god awful. Like whatever they're burning in there, ain't good. It's no good.
So it doesn't smell like burning bodies. I've smelled that before. It's not like completely awful. It's weird, but it's not completely awful. Okay.
Do we? Are we legally? Are we legally allowed to speak about this?
Just got
Yes,
real
there
dark.
was this tattoo parlor in Utah that was right by where they would cremate people. So you'd smell it all the time. Okay, anyway.
All right.
So I know what it smells like. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Dead body.
Time for a commercial break. We come back and she's not here.
Okay.
If you hear the cop knock and then like FBI storm in, best to just lay on the ground, hands out in front of you.
Okay.
All right.
So we're checking out this building.
Yep. That is the biggest part of the building is sort of a warehouse that's been built off of it, and it is a large 2-story building. And Vanya, you do notice that it seems like there's some windows up on the second floor, but the first floor is all stone. Not
Stone,
right? It's all made out of rocks,
Formed rock.
lots
Okay.
of rocks.
So windows on the second floor. How many stories is it?
It's 2 stories. The second floor looks like it's more of like a mezzanine area up there, just with your knowledge and background of buildings.
Architecture.
Yeah.
But
How far to the actual foot platform, the platform of the second floor? Is
it's
that
going to be
something
tall
I could
ceilings.
boost her to? Oh.
It's probably a good 20 feet up. It's a very large warehouse.
The 3 of us together on the back of a horse.
There's 4 of us.
Can you
Don't
stack-
forget Amos.
Can you stack horses?
Yeah.
And you do notice that there's at least 3 guards that are sort of patrolling around the building, occasionally stopping to light up a, pipe or something. And
All right. One more question. Entrances. What do I see there?
There seems to be one giant set of like a rolling barn door on the side, and that seems to be locked up pretty good. And then there is another man-sized door on the far end, and it seems as though there's a guard that's just stationed there.
Sorry, another question. Lights on in the warehouse? Is it dark? Because you said it's about midnight, right? It's late.
Midnight, and it is dark.
Dark.
The dark.
I've heard of this dark.
Yes.
So there is a side of the building that is unguarded,
That
so
we can't see.
say one had a grappling hook attached to a rope that could be flung into the second story window.
You might be able to do something like that.
So the perimeter, is it wooded? Or
It's city, so it's got a pretty wide swatch of dirt, gravel road around it, and plenty of other residential buildings and such.
I'll share all of this with them.
Yep.
The guards on patrol. Would we have time to climb up a rope to the second story?
If you
Yeah.
time
Do we have it?
things.
You said there's 3 of them, or is there 3 of them patrolling and then 1 at that door?
3 patrolling, 1 at the door.
Okay.
How many feet up is this?
20?
20.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet up.
All right.
Great to know.
All right, you share your grappling hook idea?
Yes.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
I can just jump that high.
Oh?
Turns out. You want to go in there?
being
Another
serious?
amazing feat.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I cannot. I must climb a rope.
Wait.
Guards are patrolling or standing by this?
There's 1 standing by the person door,
3
and
patrolling.
there are 3 patrolling, kind of different intervals.
The perimeter or the sliding door?
Perimeter.
Okay.
Pacing around.
All right.
I'll handle the guards.
Let me try first, for sake of their lives.
If by handle you mean assassinate, let's hold off for now.
There might be a different kind of handling.
So,
If by handle you mean handle, let's hold off for now.
I'm going to see if my telepathy, if I can trick him into thinking it's a physical voice.
I'll watch.
All right,
Who
so-
are you tricking here?
The guard that's just posted in this area.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm trying to time this between patrols, so whenever that may be.
Okay.
And I'm going to telepathically engage with him and say, "Help! Help! Someone, please help!"
Help. Let me roll a wisdom check here. And
You failed it.
it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So he's like, what's all this? And he pulls out a sword. He's like, who? Someone in danger? Someone? What? Where are you? Where?
Over there in
Help!
other direction.
Over here!
Where is here? I cannot help you if you don't know where here is.
I can see you. Turn this way.
Which way? And he turns towards you.
No, not that way.
Which he turns again. He's facing away from you. So, which way
Yes,
are you?
please hurry this way.
Oh, let me. Okay, give me 1 second. I need someone to guard this door.
Please, it hurts.
What's going on with you?
I'm going to die. You must come now, please.
He says, "All right then. Well, someone cover the door."
No time.
He takes off running towards an alleyway. And it's like, "Where are you? I can't help you if I can't find you."
Keep coming.
So he seems pretty well
Stone
distracted.
runs towards the wall he just left.
Okay.
In between the posts, because they're still going around the perimeter.
So he created an opening.
Yes.
To jump up into the second story.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, is the window open?
It's gonna be like a bird smashing him.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
windshield.
didn't say anything was open. I'm asking.
You said there's a mezzanine.
It seems like a mezzanine up there area.
It seems like one on the inside, or there's a mezzanine on the outside.
So the mezzanine is typically like inside a building.
Yeah. Is there anything I
Right.
can stand on?
No.
Oh boy.
Is there
No,
a
it's-
window he
it's
can
like-
jump into?
Is there a mystic hand? Maybe?
Wait. No. Stone's got this.
Are we in the time where we have commonly installed pane glass windows?
Don't
There's-
worry about any of that. Stone's got it under control.
I'm not worried.
Okay, so you're over there, and
Yeah. I've run.
you've got the door that he was guarding. Seems locked. It's locked.
Great.
And the only windows that are there are about 20 feet up.
He can
Great.
jump that.
Okay. Yes, I have
Abilities.
And
He has a manual.
I have something called Mighty Leap.
mighty.
20 feet per 5 points spent that I can jump. All right. So I've run.
This is the fun thing about
Sounds
like I don't really pay attention to any of their character sheets for those of you playing at home. So when they pull out abilities that they've literally never used before,
well, we've done nothing but kill people and horses. When did I have time to jump?
I like how you say we. I'm not forgetting that.
like yeah. By the way, my character has super jump now.
Yeah, Mighty Leap. 1 to 7 side. As
grows
part
a-
of your movement, you jump in any direction up to 20 feet per 5 points spent.
He grows a little mustache and puts on an in hat.
Yes. So here's the plan.
That's awesome.
Whilst Stone is running,
Okay.
he gets in his hand his immovable rod.
Oh.
He runs at the building at the cost of 1 psionic magical thought. He jumps 20 feet. Heck, he spends 2 points and jumps a little more than 20 feet. In midair,
At
like
the window.
before splatting into this window, immovable rod.
This is his favorite magic item ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've waited my whole life for this rod.
Quote of the night.
Too easy.
Yep.
Too easy. Anyways, and then whilst hanging on the rod, check the window. If the window is locked, Mystic Hand. I'm in like Flynn.
Bam! Look at that.
All right. So
You can't stop me.
That rod.
that rod though.
Can't stop my rod.
That rod,
How many
though.
uses does it have? Like forever?
It's expired for 10 minutes now.
Yeah. So that's the fun thing about the equipment that you get from Olmsted is that he doesn't really tell you some of the potential adverse side effects.
No, I tested it the whole trip here. I had no side effects whatsoever.
Hey, he hung from a cliff with it.
So Stone does this amazing feat where he somehow leaps way up in the air,
And then,
See, mystics are cool.
yeah.
activates the immovable rod.
And then,
He puts his hand up on the window,
and then.
and it pushes open. And it's on like this big swivel, right? And as it swivels out, one of the panes of glass falls out.
Mr. Can.
Oh.
I would grab this glass. Come on, bro. It's D&D.
that's a wisdom based thing that you're doing, right?
Intelligence.
Or is it intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
can spend a side point to make intelligence, right?
roll an intelligence check for me, please.
I'm pretty smart. Just general? Is it a saving throw?
See how quick I
Yeah,
came up with that
intelligence
solution to
saving
this
throw.
problem?
Okay, this has a +6 on it.
Nice.
That is a 12, 18 total.
Okay. So as this pane of glass starts to fall, down below, another guard rounds the corner, and the hand shoots down as fast as it can, and it grabs that pane of glass about 10 feet above the guard's head.
I'm like holding on this rod, holding this glass. The whole
Vanya.
world is being held together by stone right now.
Is enjoying this very much.
Yes. So as we are watching Stone hang in peril, using his mind powers to keep this pane of glass from falling, we are going to cut to a break
boy.
and find out what happens next.
Yes.
Yes. You know, back in the day, family vacations, we always would go to Myrtle Beach, and I always wondered when we go into the beach stores, you know, they have the sandals, they have towels, and then up towards the front, they would always have like ninja swords, tasers, knives, daggers, throwing stars, stuff that like really interested me as a kid. But later in life, I'm like, what on earth? What's going on in Myrtle Beach? Like, is there something happening that I didn't know about that I needed to arm myself? And now later in life, I'm at the point where I get it. Because literally danger lurks around any corner. And at Myths and Mystics, I think you found out that, like, yeah, some stuff can go down pretty quick. So what we have done for your pleasure, my pleasure as well, is we have put together quite a bit of backstory to supplement everything that's going on. We like to jump right into the action with the podcast, with the show here. But sometimes you wonder, like, why on earth is everyone doing all this stuff? Where they come from? What's going on? What's the backstory? If you like to dive into that stuff, this is all homebrew sort of thing. So we're adding on to the universe as we go. So if you want to check out the lore, the backgrounds, the character artwork, those sorts of things, the maps, that's all available at mythsandmystics.com. There's some other cool stuff on there. There's going to be more popping up soon. All of our social media links are there. Feel free, hit us up, ask us questions. If there's stuff that you want to see on the show, if you have ideas for items that can go into Olmstis's Antiquities, feel free to submit those ideas either at Myths and Mystics for Twitter and Instagram, or mythsandmystics@gmail.com. Every Friday, Twitch. Every Wednesday, podcast. We love you. We'll see you next time. Thank you. Welcome back from the break. I hope you learned something during that break. You know, some good takeaway moments, some personal reflections.
I do. I always do.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I don't know exactly what, but it's definitely been reflected upon. Speaking of being reflected upon, there is a guard precariously walking underneath a
Reflective piece of glass.
that's about to smack him in the head when Stone was able to catch it.
You
at the
saved
last
him.
Second. And at the last second, you hear from that alleyway, Hey, give me a hand over here. There's someone in trouble. Someone's over here. I'm having a hard time finding him. And the guard...
I'm over this way.
Does that break your concentration?
I was.
Stone falls.
And the guard pivots on his foot underneath that pane of glass and says, "What's that?" And he starts to walk over towards the alley. And it seems as though they've both been distracted.
Double distraction.
Only
Yep.
2 more to deal with.
Yep.
I think I'm using all available resources at the moment.
Yep.
Kind of juggling mentally what's going on here. All right, so seems as though it's going to be inevitable that there's more guards coming. Stone, what's your move or party? What are you guys doing over here?
I throw my grappling sprint toward the window since there's no guards in sight, and throw the grappling hook up and make my way up to the window that is open now.
Okay.
I'm going to stand here with Amos
Amos?
to make sure he
famous.
doesn't do something, silly, and tell him
Maybe
we
you should
wait for
Maybe.
signal.
Maybe he should climb up the rope. Maybe something will trigger when he actually sees who. We don't know why we're going in here.
Yeah,
There's some vague person. Maybe he should come
Okay,
in.
maybe he can't climb a rope. Can you guys not just open the door for him?
Well, while I'm up here,
That's a good idea.
probably makes sense to kind of peek in,
No.
right? So I'm looking in, and what do I see? Because I can relay this.
Perception.
I can't just see with my eyes.
No,
What's in front of me?
Family Guy with Peter Griffin.
yeah.
I'm going to see with my eyes.
Yes. Okay. Perception +4.
It's like one of those. Do you turn the radio down to see better at night?
Of course I do.
This is a 13 total.
I do that all the time.
Okay. So, Stone, you're up there and you push up against the windowsill there, and looking down below, it's incredibly dark, but there is a fire that is lit in the forge there, and you are catching past the sort of the catwalks of that mezzanine, looking down in. It is a very old, rundown building, dirt floor down at the bottom. It looks as though one of those wagons that you had encountered earlier, with the sort of the prison wagons, looks like it's parked inside. And it looks like there's a bunch of bodies laying on the floor. And what you can see through, like, the moonlight that's coming through the windows. And then whatever's getting lit up by the fire there, you can kind of see some more.
How's the smell from the open window?
It's not any better, but there is a hint of cinnamon now.
Yum.
Unrelated.
So the impression is that these are dead bodies or sleeping bodies.
Seem pretty motionless.
And the forge is going.
Mm-hmm.
And it smells like burning
Doesn't
bodies.
smell good.
Great.
And
Unless you're-
cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
And of course,
Yeah.
Saigon cinnamon. Fantastic.
I can't say I've ever had it.
Not a sponsor.
Is that a brand?
It's a region, but okay. They also don't sponsor us. Lawsuit pending.
Yeah.
I'm going to relay this down.
Okay.
What the glass pane is over with. Yes.
Yeah, you're
Okay, great.
done. You're good.
Fantastic.
Yep.
So I'm going to. I'll go to Vanya, since she is with Amos.
Have I climbed my rope yet?
I would need you to do, well, that'd be a good old
Athletics.
athletics, maybe a dexterity. We'll do athletics.
Strength. I don't know.
Let's do athletics. I like that.
I am so athletics.
Niner.
9
Plus 6, so 15.
15. Okay, so no problem getting your grappling hook up there. And now you're like shoulder to shoulder with Stone.
Zared, look. Would you say they're burning bodies? Vanya,
By the gods.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. It seems as though they're disposing of bodies by flame. Ask Amos if he knows anything of this.
Amos.
Oh, sorry. I got distracted by something.
I could have just asked Amos.
Oh, it's okay.
But the whole, what was that? Gets annoying.
Dude, I can hear you talking right now. I'm one of those telecon.
Vanya, say what I told you to Amos, please.
Okay, so
I'm going to go in
Great.
the window before guards come around.
There's two people hanging out.
just suspended. So that kind of reminds me. Yeah, they said something that there's a bunch of people that were going missing, and they said something to investigate this place. That's why I was coming here, because they think maybe he wandered in there. That's not right. How could you wander in there? They're on grappling hooks. You can't wander in. Something to that effect. Yes.
Why don't
Great. He's very helpful, Vanya.
It's not like I picked him up.
I think you did?
Okay. Stone's gonna lower a rope inside.
Okay. So, Stone's Aaron.
Wait.
Yep.
I know I'm not in there, but I'm going to ask Stone real quick. Is there any movement inside? Because Nobody's asked that question yet. You only see dead bodies. Who's burning them?
Dun dun dun.
Stone had already climbed out of sight, hadn't he?
You've been hanging up by the window this whole time.
Yeah.
You haven't made your way in yet.
Okay. So no, I can still hear her.
So Stone, you take one more look in, and as you look back in, you see a body being dragged over towards the fire, and it just is this big, grotesque arm pulling, and that's all you see as it passes underneath sort of this ledge that goes into the older part of the building.
Like thing? Just an arm?
That's all you were able to see. You see a little bit.
Oh,
of
it's in
foot,
the
too.
shadow.
It's in motion, moving.
It's
moving
attached
towards
to
the forge.
something.
Yes,
That's
Not just-
important. Okay. Phew.
It's another Mystic Hand.
Yes.
It's huge.
My nemesis.
it's Mage Hand.
That hand could carry a lot more than
Thumb
yours.
wrestle. 18.5. Okay, wait. Zarin,
Yes.
be very quiet.
Always.
That's still too loud.
Always.
Just listen. How about that?
Okay.
Shut it. There's something's pulling that body towards the flames.
Yes. An arm.
I like that we send the two least stealthy characters.
Listen, Stone on his own, man, accomplish
We
anything.
didn't send them. He had an idea, he had an idea, and they both just did it and left me with Amos.
I was about to beat the game, and then he tagged along. This is what happened.
All right. So,
Okay,
Let's
and it
ask-
just disappears into the shadow?
yes. It's so if you picture you're in the major warehouse portion that you're looking down into, the older part of the building that's more of the forge. It's not as tall, so he's passing underneath like this archway to go into the forge area.
Okay.
I'm going to shapeshift into one of the humanoid bodies, and my armor will take the form of rags as I quietly lower myself down so I can get a closer look at these bodies and see if they're what the cause of death is in these.
Okay. So Zarin is rappelling down, and Stone, you hanging out up top. There's some old catwalks up there, some platforms that they used to use for storage.
Do the catwalks go through to the other room?
No.
No. I already said I wanted to lower a rope down.
Okay.
I guess I'm on a mezzanine. I'll quietly walk around and look for somewhere I can attach a rope and just go ahead and get down.
Okay. So you both touch down on the floor, and Zarin, you're going to try to blend in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to have you roll let's do a deception check with that. And then Stone, I'm going to have you roll a stealth check if you're planning on staying in the shadows.
Do me and Amos need to roll stealth checks because we're
You're just hanging out
Hiding.
on the road.
okay?
I roll an uncanny number of low rolls.
What'd you roll, buddy?
I rolled a 1.
Oh,
So that gives you a total, again, of 7.
okay.
And Stone's stealth check. This has got a +3. That is an 11, so 14 total.
Okay. So, Stone, you make your way into the shadows, and it seems like you found a pretty good spot. Kind of.
I'm just one of the bodies lying here. No need for anyone to be suspicious.
Nothing suspicious here. So,
I think you failed your roll because you're talking about being dead. That'll do it.
so Stone, from your vantage where you've moved to stay kind of hidden, you're behind that wagon, and it has an uncanny likeness to the one that you were using before to get all the
figured
captives
as
there.
much. Yep.
And you can now see into the forge area. There's an archway that's maybe 10, 15 feet wide that leads into this older part of the building. And you see shadows being cast on the wall from the fire, but you cannot see the figure itself. But you hear something that sounds like a body, dead weight just slamming on a table.
All right. Am I near the wall that doorway cuts through?
Yes.
Regardless, I want to cut over to that door quietly and peek through that archway.
Okay. So you push your way up there.
Yep.
And before we get to that, I want to see Vanya. Are you doing anything at this point?
They both went in, and I haven't heard anything from them.
Yeah, we haven't included her yet, really.
No.
Well, you might have heard something from Zarin.
I'm just a dead body.
So the two remaining guards. How much time is between them?
I will say it's been you've been watching the patterns, and you've got enough time. If you want to make a move, you can make a move.
I don't think I can get up through the window. I wanted to try and pick the lock, but Vanya would know how long that takes. Would I have enough time to try this?
Give me for a general knowledge of if you're able to do it. Roll a sleight of hand for me.
12.
12? Okay. So, judging by the age of the building and the shape of the door, seems like this is a lock that you'd be able to make your way through. Just given your roguelike background, seems like this is something that you could pull off.
Okay. So with timing, I want to try and pick the lock. I'm going to tell Amos.
Oh, yeah. Hey. What's the plan?
I am going to open the door.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Once it's open, you time. No, he can't wait for another guard because they're going to see the door open. Once it's. He can just come with me, I guess. It's going to be best.
I should just go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, good plan.
Okay.
I'm very sneaky.
Stay up against the building.
I will do that. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
So the two of you run across through the moonlight, silhouetted, and you get over there.
You tiptoe
And
to the window, through the tulips.
And sleight a hand to see if you can pick that lock.
I rolled a 19.
Wow. Nice. So you pick the lock and push your way through the door, and just as you go through the door, a guard rounds the corner and sees Amos.
Who did not roll a 19.
Did not roll
Well,
at all.
Yeah.
And the guard says, "Hey, what are you doing there?" He's like, I think I got lost, I think. And we're going to cut inside to Zarin, who you are laying on the floor in a heap, but not a very convincing heap.
so I'm trying to examine the bodies at the same time.
You kind of keep lifting your head up to like look around.
Yeah.
And Stone, you run over to get a better, sneakily run over to get a better vantage with your roll.
And ninja walk.
And you push up against the wall and you look in and you see that, yeah, this thing, it is large. It is a mess of just this nasty, stitched together, just fleshy, sacky sort of nastiness. And it's got this big meat cleaver, and it's just coming down on this body. And as he hacks away a part of something, he tosses it in the furnace. Hacks something else, grabs it,
By
throws it in the
something,
furnace.
you mean body parts.
He's a butcher.
Okay.
Human body parts.
Do I see anything else?
He kind
This is
of
fine.
he kind
It
of
seems not to phase you.
he lifts his head up for a second, and he turns, and kind of in this just droning kind of motion, he kind of hobbles over and he looks over, and Zarin, it looks like he's looking at you.
Oh, no.
So this is a grotesque, fleshly, stitched together monstrosity.
Like big, like tall.
Frankenstein.
He's it's
Giant.
kind of Frankenstein, but even worse.
Okay. So before I take action here, what was I able to glean from examining these bodies up close?
They're all dead.
They're all dead. You beat me to
Didn't
it.
even have to roll.
Nailed it.
From dead, can I determine a cause?
It seems like there's a kind of a mix of mostly impoverished sort of beggar types, less fortunate folks, and it doesn't. As you're, you know what? Roll me a perception real quick.
All right. This will go swimmingly.
So far, everything's been working great for you.
Gosh.
He's on a roll.
Try the other D20.
Right. I just, this,
No, you got all the bad out of that one.
Yeah, it's
No,
all.
Be
I
slaying
looked
it
in.
out. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they just look
So
bad.
you rolled a 4.
I love 4. I have a passive of 16 or of 14.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. With that, I will say that they don't look like they've been cut up, hacked apart, or anything like that. They do seem to have, especially in their face, a lot of the veins, instead of being like that pale bluish color, right? And then we're also fond of. It's very black and inky with their face. Faces look pale.
So some sort, not quite a natural.
Oh, it's the thing
Death.
that tried to eat your face off.
Eat your face.
It's got to be.
All right, so this thing is looking my way.
Yep, and before you can do anything, Vanya, you just went through the door. Amos is standing right outside. Guard doesn't see you. You can either take an action to do something to help Amos, or you can just close the door.
Yoink.
I can't just close the door because Amos works for the same place we work for. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. Okay, I have a question, real quick.
No, I asked the question first.
Oh, I don't get a. Okay, my question kind of is gonna change my answer depending on your answer.
That's usually how that works. That's why I'm not letting you ask your question. Are you going to do something to help Amos, or are you just going to close the door to hide your...
Well, that's my question. I have an ability, and I want to know if it'll work a certain way, because if it does, I'll help Amos.
Try it.
I don't want to do that. Okay, so
Is this a
with
rules
my-
question?
yes,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
With I think it's up to DM more than just
You're going to
rules.
assassinate him, aren't you?
No. Okay, so the assassinate skill lets me let me get it out,
Wow.
okay? It lets me surprise attack them, right? Because I am so great at assassinating, is there any way I could knock them out instead of killing them? Using my assassinate skill because I know it'll work?
So
That's what I'm asking.
Half
rules
assassinate.
rules wise, you generally have the option to make it a non-lethal when you drop someone to 0. Assassinate, I don't know. It's DM call. It depends on how. I don't see how you could make it non-lethal if you shoot a crossbow bolt at his neck. Personally, but
Because I'm wondering if I don't know if it says I have to use my crossbow, because if I'm sneaky enough and he's not expecting it, if there's any way I
turn
can
it
just
around.
knock him up.
Shoot him with the blunt end of the bolt.
You can try it.
Oh boy. No. Don't do it.
It's a trap. He might be okay. It's a trap.
5,
To assassinate or not assassinate?
4,
I don't want to assassinate. I want to knock him out.
3.
Throw a rock at him.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Yeah.
2.
Are there rocks? Because I can try to assassinate with a rock.
Just
not
throw a
gonna
rock.
kill him.
Do it.
Don't
Throw it.
assassinate. Just throw a rock. You don't have to say, I'm going to assassinate him with a rock.
Hey, but it's
Just throw a rock.
almost a guarantee that it's gonna happen. Okay, I want to knock him out with a blunt object nearby.
Who are you knocking out?
Not Amos. Okay, the card.
After all that.
I just have to specify. Otherwise, all right. So I'm gonna have you. I'm gonna have you roll an attack.
With the advantage for surprise? Is he aware of her presence?
He is not aware. So I would give you advantage on that.
Oh, thank you.
Was the first one.
A 5.
Not a whole lot better. It doesn't look like. What
No,
was
a 9. So my
that's
attack
better.
roll, being I'm not using one of my weapons, I don't know what to add to it.
that? It would
Just
be a
dexterity.
dexterity.
Sorry, I don't know that off the top of my head.
It's a +5 or +6.
That's a good
5.
number. So 14.
Yes.
And you're trying to non-lethally assassinate.
Well, I wasn't using my assassinate skill, but yeah, knock him out. Yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna do. You throw this rock as soon as you see the guard, and it hits him in the side of the head, and you see the force of it really slams into the helmet, and the rock bounces away. And at that moment, Amos pushes the guard off balance. He says, "You guys got to go for it!" And he closes the door, and you hear him run away screaming, "You can't catch me!" Ha! And he's just making a big distraction for you as he runs away. He's like, "You guys owe me big.
We owe
Stone
him.
just realizes something's happening.
You owe me."
What in the?
Does
Is
this,
that Davis?
does this creature react to the door being slammed shut?
He definitely, at this point, his head pops up, and the cleaver comes up to his side. And that is where we're going to end this week's episode of Myths and Mystics. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.